Good morning, boys and girls. Ooh, that's loud, isn't it? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. It's okay. I've got a question for Hardy. Hardy, have you, can you hear me? No. Hardy, have you ever heard God say,
Hardy, I love you.
Hardy said no. You've never heard God say he loves you? Who, has anybody? Amy, have you? You never heard God? You did? When did you hear God say he loved you? When? When you fell down and scraped your knee, you heard God say he loved you. Anybody else ever hear God say that he loved you? Well, wait a minute. How do you know? If you've never heard him say that he loves you, how do you know? Because your mom's? Oh, I like that. How else do you know that God loves you? Because he made us. Because you pray. How else? Does anybody else know? Does everybody know that God loves them? If you do, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay. Do you know how we really know? The Bible tells us that he does. John 3:16 says that, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that we would have everlasting life. There's another verse that I love that says, we love because God first loved us. But I didn't hear anybody else. How else do you know that God loves you besides your mom and besides the Bible? How else do you know? He gives you a heart. What's your name? Joshua. You're a new member. Well, Joshua, Shane is going to love having you in every children's sermon because I love having you here just as I love having everybody else here. All right, I think it's time that we close in prayer, okay? So you know what I'd like you to do? I want you to bow your head. You know, my friend Miss Sue Ann taught me that you always have proper prayer position. You put your hands together, you close your eyes, and you bow your head so that God knows that you're serious and that you're listening. So I'm going to pray, but I want you to pray after me. And we're going to start this way. Dear God, thank you for loving us, even though we don't always hear it. But we know you love us because you sent your only Son just for us. Amen. All right, quietly. You may go to children's church.